Today, I'm going to do a rundown of my 2017-18 Donruss basketball set. I've been getting in-person autographs of this set for over 5 years now, and I'm down to the final 46. A lot of these cards have cool stories behind them, and if I can remember them as I go, I will stop and talk about them, but let's get into it. Starting off, we got DeAndre Bembry, Torian Prince, Malcolm Delaney, Ersan Ilyasova. This was a tough one. I had to go to about 4 games before I could get Horford on one, and he finally signed inside. Marcus Morris, Isaiah Thomas. I got him through the mail back in 2019. D'Angelo Russell, Jeremy Lin, Rondae Hollis Jefferson, Nicholas Batum, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Jeremy Lamb. And this one was a tough one because Zach was in Minnesota from 2014 through 2017. And after he got traded away, I just could not seem to get him. So I was able to find a local autograph collector in Chicago who got this one done. And I made a trade with him for this card. But I'm glad to have that one. I'm a big fan of Levine. We have Bobby Portis. I got this before anybody really knew who he was when he made the run with the Bucks. Denzel Valentine. And this was my first time ever getting Kyrie Irving. And as you can see, the card has like some smudges on it, but I was able to clean it up a fair amount. This one I got signed at the team hotel when he was playing for the Nets in 2021 or 2022. And this one actually Kyrie smudged, but luckily I was able to get a second autograph out of him that day. So it wasn't a completely wasted trip. Then we have Derrick Rose. I got this when he was on the Timberwolves. J.R. Smith. Harrison Barnes was one of the more recent cards that I got done in this set. I believe I got this one at the end of the 2022 NBA season. And one of the tougher autographs in the NBA is actually Seth Curry. You would think Steph, his brother, would be a lot harder, but he signs quite a bit more than Seth does. So I'm very happy I got that one done back when he was playing with the Mavericks. We have Wes Matthews. Dirk, I got TTM. Another really tough autograph back in the day was JJ Barea. So I was very glad to get this one. He played for the Timberwolves for a couple seasons, and I was never able to get him on the Timberwolves. So I got him when he was playing for the Mavericks towards the end of his career. Then we have Gary Harris, Paul Millsap, Emmanuel Mudiay, Reggie Jackson, Tobias Harris. Andre Drummond is another good story. So a lot of autograph collectors know that he's a black Sharpie only guy, so he will only sign with he'll only sign for you if you have a black Sharpie. And with this card, I had this one with me after a game, and the Pistons were going to stay the night in our city, and I asked Drummond to sign, and I could not find a black Sharpie in time, and he just walked away. So luckily the next year he came back, and I was ready, and I had my black Sharpie, and I got him on this one. We got Avery Bradley, kind of signed it in the dark spot, but got him. Then we'll jump into this next chunk right here. Stanley Johnson. KD. This was one of the bigger cards in the set. Always been a good signer, but for some reason, there's just other items I had to get signed. Never got around to getting that one done. Fine until now. We have Clay. Eric Gordon. Trevor Ariza. Ryan Anderson. Victor Oladipo. This was back when he was one of the best players in the NBA. Miles Turner. Thad Young. And one of my all-time favorite Timberwolves and NBA players, Patrick Beverley. Danilo Gallinari. It was snowing this day, and this one got a little bit of a smudge on it. The day I got that one signed. Then we have another one of those black Sharpie-only players, Blake Griffin, and I got this one when he was on the Pistons. Same time I got Drummond. We have DeAndre Jordan, Lou Will, Jordan Clarkson, Brooke Lopez, Larry Nance, Chalmers, Mike Conley on the orange hollow. I still need to get the base card of this one signed, but this was just the only card I could find at the time when I'm doing the set. So that one will do for now, though. We have Marc Gasol, who was one of the best signers of the 2010s. I had so many autographs of this guy when I was growing up. Ben McLemore, Chandler Parsons, Goran, James Johnson, Justice Winslow, Deion Waiters, and Hassan Whiteside. Then this card was the first card I ever got signed in this set. It was Giannis, and this card was, at the time, not even going to be for a set. I just knew that Giannis was going to sign, and he was a good signer, and I just threw it out there. And now here we are 5 years later, and I have over 150 of the cards in this set signed. We have Chris Middleton, Jamal Crawford, Andrew Wiggins, Jeff Teague. Then we have Drew Holiday, E'Twaun Moore, Tim Hardaway Jr., Kristaps Porzingis, Willie Hernan-Gomez, Courtney Lee, Steven Adams, Cantor, Doug McDermott, Aaron Gordon, and Terrence Ross to finish out the first stack. All right, so we'll move into the second half of the set here. So we have Vucevic, Elfrid Payton, Robert Covington, Amir Johnson. He was always a tough autograph. This was the only time I ever got him. Got him in the arena back in the day. We got Eric Bledsoe, Marquise Chris, Tyler Ulis, TJ Warren, Al Farouk Aminu, CJ McCollum, Evan Turner, Yusuf Nurkic, and this Vince Carter was signed in a terrible Sharpie paint pen. So like, if the way I'm holding it right now looks good, but if you're looking at it straight on, it barely shows up in person. We have Willie Cauley-Stein, Buddy Hield, George Hill, Pau Gasol, Rudy Gay. Back when I got this DeRozan signed, he would sign pretty much whatever you brought. I think I got him on 4 cards at the time that I got this one signed. Serge Ibaka, Kyle Lowry, DeLon Wright, Alec Burks, Rudy Gobert with the greatest autograph in NBA history. We have Rodney Hood, ISO Joe Johnson, Ricky Rubio in a silver Sharpie or paint pen, Markieff Morris, John Wall, who was a unbelievable signer through the mail back in the day, and this was one of those ones that I got through the mail. We have Otto Porter, and then now getting into the rookies from this set. We have Zhao Qi, who only played in the league for about a year. Dylan Brooks, Wayne Selden Jr., Gershon Yabusele, Yvonne Robb, Tyler Dorsey, Justin Jackson. And this card, at the time I got it, nobody wanted Lauri Markkanen. Nobody really even knew who he was. But now, if we fast forward 5 years later, he is going to be a starter in the All-Star game this upcoming weekend. So that's super cool to have that one. We have Thomas Bryant and Dwayne Bacon. Getting into the rest of the rookies here. We've got Juwan Evans, Jordan Bell, Semi Ojeleye, Sterling Brown, Damian Dotson, Frank Mason, Wes Iwundu. Send that one sideways. Devon Reed, Frank Jackson, Josh Hart. Then we have Tony Bradley, Kyle Kuzma, who never would sign with the Lakers, but the second he got out from LA, he started signing almost every time you see him. So that was a good one to get done. Caleb Swanigan, who also passed away last year, so I'm glad I got this one while he was still playing. And then we have, I don't even remember how to pronounce his name. I think it was Ike Anabogu. We have Tyler Lydon, OG Anunoby, Jarrett Allen with the J.A. autograph, Harry Giles, John Collins, TJ Leaf. This guy was another very tough signer. I was able to trade for this one on Instagram from a Milwaukee grapher. But this dude denied every single time you saw him. And I don't know what he's doing now, but I would not be shocked if he's out of the league. Then Justin Patton, one of my favorite players. Ante Zizic, Bam Adebayo with the full rookie autograph. It's tough to see, but better than what he gives now. Donovan Mitchell with his half autograph. Normally he just does that D now, but he kind of looped an M into this one, so that one's big. We have Luke Kennard, Malik Monk, Zach Collins, Dennis Smith Jr., Frank Ntilikina, Sindarius Thornwell, Jonathan Isaac, Josh Jackson, and Lonzo Ball in the gold Sharpie. And then to finish up the set, I thought I was going to get all of these slabbed, but I ended up not doing that. But here's just a few of them that I got slabbed throughout the years. So I got Steph Curry, Dwayne Wade. This was signed on his final trip in Minnesota before the game. He was a very, very good signer last year. Signed almost every time he was in the public eye, and I was lucky enough to get that one done. Then we have Jokic, who was a great TTM signer for a couple years here in the summer when there was no NBA going on. So I got that one done. Then we have De'Aaron Fox, Karl Anthony Towns, and to finish it off, Damian Lillard. Tough to see that one, but it is signed, and that is my progress on my 2017-18 Donruss set.